reflect the triangle in the line y equals x. Now, what does the line y equals x to? We haven't got a value this time. We've got y and x equal to each other. Okay, so in that case, you just need to remember that it's a sort of perfectly diagonal line. Okay, so you literally draw a line through the diagonals of each of these little squares. Okay, going through the origin as well. Okay, so you just need to remember this. That's what y is equal to x is to. Be careful to get this lined up nice. Okay, that's your line y equals x. Okay, another way of remembering it is just appreciate whenever you are, wherever you are on this line, the y and x values are the same, aren't they? So that point there, for instance, well, x is 2, y is 2. That point there, x is 4, y is 4. Y will always equal x. Okay, so that's another way of remembering it. Now, when you reflect here, you have to be a little bit more careful, but it's the same principle. And what I really do like to do this time is to turn it round, the sheet around, and then I'm going to measure the distance from each corner point again. Okay, so in this case here, from this corner point to the mirror, okay, this is your mirror, it's sort of one diagonal, isn't it? Okay, so you've got to measure diagonals this time. So it's a diagonal there, so we're going to be one diagonal this way. Okay, so it's going to go there. From here then to the mirror, well, watch this carefully. One diagonal, two diagonals, and a half a diagonal. So 2.5 diagonals. So let's go back 2.5. Well, there's your half, and then 1, 2. So it's going to go there. And finally then, this point here, be careful here, one diagonal, two diagonals, three diagonals, four diagonals. So from here to the mirror is 4 diagonals. So you've got to go back 4 diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to end up here. And there's your shape when you connect the points. Okay, now it doesn't look really like a reflection there, but so if you turn it that way, you can kind of see the reflection then, okay, in that mirror here. Now this one's an interesting one. Okay, so they've got a shape there, and again they want us to reflect in the line y equals x. So let's draw in that line y equals x. So again, joining those diagonals, okay, of each little square. Okay, so take your time to get this right. Okay, it's got to go through the origin. Now, watch what happens here now when we reflect it, because if you look here, you know, your mirror, okay, or your shape is actually going through the mirror. Okay, so it's either side of the mirror. So let's see what happens. Well, if I turn it that way to make it easier, okay, again, focus on the corner points. Let's do this one down here, because this one's the easiest one to do. That corner point there, if you notice, is one diagonal from the mirror. Okay, so you've got to go back one diagonal. It's going to go here. Okay, this point is one diagonal, two diagonals. Okay, from here to here, 2 diagonals. So we go back 2, so we end up there. Now this point is on the other side of the mirror, so we've got to see how many diagonals it is to the mirror. So it's 1 diagonal and a half, yeah. Okay, 1.5. So we go back 1.5. So there's your half, and there's your 1. So we're going to be there. So the original shape sort of crosses the mirror. So the reflection will also cross the mirror. Okay, so let's join them up. Okay, and it kind of looks a bit messy, doesn't it? They ask us to label it image B. It does look a bit messy, doesn't it? But when you turn it around, you can sort of begin to see the symmetry, a little bit like a butterfly maybe, yeah? You can see the symmetry there, yeah, when you turn it around with your mirror here. Okay, and this side is perfectly symmetrical with that side. Okay, so then, finally here, it says, describe fully the transformation which maps triangle A onto triangle B. So you could see here, this is a reflection, yeah? Because it is flipped. So you could draw tracing paper here, and you can see it's flipped. So we need to write the words here, reflection, okay? It's important to write that. All right. Not only that, we need to know what it's reflected in. Okay, so reflected in the line. So you get a mark for writing reflection, but we need to write the line as well. So where is the mirror? Well, that clearly is not going to be the mirror, because it's not halfway. We need to be halfway between these shapes. So what you can do is count how far that gap is there. So what have we got? Is that 6 squares? 6 squares across, so that the middle will be 3 squares there. So there's your mirror there. Okay, there's your mirror line there. That's a reflection of that there. And you could see the line is going through the one there on the x-axis, so it'll be x equals 1.